I had the best border in history. You see the numbers. You see the famous chart that probably saved my life, if you want to know the truth. But the chart that I was pointing to, that I made a turn to the right, showed that they had the least number in recorded history. The week that I left office, we had, by the way, the lowest inflation, and we had the least number of illegal immigrants.
But you just didn't like that bill.
Country.
They said that you killed the bill for political reasons. Did you kill it because you wanted to do it yourself? And if you fixed the border, it would have hurt your chances of getting reelected. What do you say to that?
Okay, I really wish. Let's see what he says.
I didn't do anything on the bill. People would ask my opinion, but I didn't do anything on the bill. I think they respect my opinion. It was a terrible bill. But more importantly, if they want to fix the border, they don't need a bill. The President of the United States, which is what I did. I didn't have a bill to close the border. I closed the border. I had the safest border. I had the least drugs coming into our country in 38 years. I had the least. You have the human traffickers are horrible, and they traffic in children and they traffic in women, mostly women. But I had the lowest number.
Children,
we went after them with a vengeance. Nobody's ever gone after. They will be very happy. I'll tell you what, they would be very happy to see these lightweights get back into office. They don't want Trump back. But I had the lowest human trafficking of children and women ever recorded, ever. And the internet makes it very hard because the internet, that's become a business based on the internet. The internet has brought that into a modern business, and it's almost as big as the drug business for these people. But I had the lowest number of drugs, everything. We had a great border. All Biden had to do is go to the beach and leave it alone. We had the best people. We had guys like Tom Homan and Brandon Judd and all these people. Paul has taken Brandon Judd's places. He's fantastic. All of these people were stars, and they were doing such a good job. I had a policy: remain in Mexico. You couldn't come in. Mexico's going crazy with me, by the way. Remain in Mexico. You couldn't come in. The policy was so good. They ended it in the first week. No longer remain in Mexico.
Yeah.
It was so incredible. They couldn't come in unless they got approved. We'd check them. Very few of them were able to come in because there were so many criminals. We kept criminals out. Now you have murderers, drug dealers. Countries are sending from all over the world, not just South America, all over the world. They're sending their killers, their murderers, their drug dealers, and their jails are being emptied out into the United States of America. They are destroying our country. She is a Marxist. She has no idea. She wants to have open borders. And if she got elected, the next day she'd have no drilling and she'd have open borders.
So, Mr. President.
So I would like Trump to just add in just a little response to the politics portion of it. I think everything he said there was absolutely right. And if he just says, look, politics, you want to call it political? As soon as they came in, they undid everything that we did. We already had this much wall built. They started to undo that. We already had purchased all of the, remember there was a story about they purchased huge, I think, pallets of just barriers, and then they just sold them off for the metal. They were already fabricated and everything. They just had to put them up. Talk about the politics. They're saying that I obstructed their rigged plan because it was political. As soon as they came into office, they made political decisions to wreck the border. And then they're going to blame us for not agreeing to codify thousands of people coming across every day. The political hacks here, right? Some version of that, because he goes back to the record, and I think the record is great, but it's the Democrats who started it, right? And they usurped that narrative by saying it's the most recent battle on immigration is the most relevant. That's not true at all. The most relevant one is where the border was secure and then they wrecked it. So politically, why did the Democrats make the decision to reverse that executive order? Why did the Democrats make the political decision to sell the metal? Why did they make the decision to not enforce the wall that was already built? Why did they do those things? If they had not made those political decisions, then all of these problems that we're seeing now would have been avoided, and we had created the infrastructure to prevent that.